My name is Madhuri Pura from AISSMS IOIT College. In today's video, we are going to discuss the character generation methods of computer graphics. So, usually characters are generated by hardware, but we can generate or prepare a character by software also. There are three primary methods for character generation. First is called as a stroke method, second one is the starburst method, and the third one is the bitmap method. So first of all, we discuss what is the stroke method. So this method creates the character by using a set of line segments. We could build our own stroke method by vector generation algorithm or by using any line generation methods. So to produce a character, we will give a sequence of commands that defines the start point and the end point of the straight line. So this method uses a small line segment to generate a character. The small series of line segments are drawn like a stroke of a pen to form a character. So the font size can be increased, length or the width of the graphics primitive. See in the figure, there is a letter A, that is a characters, and with the help of stroke method we create that characters. So by using this we can change the scale of the character. We can make a character twice as large as its original size also. Similarly, we can get a character slanted also. By using this method we can change the style of the character also. So this is the stroke method. So next one is the star burst method. In this method, a fixed pattern of line is used to generate the characters. In this method, we use as a combination of 24-bit line segment. In this method, a fixed pattern of line segment are used to generate characters. There are 24 lines of segment, and out of these 24 line segments are required to display for particular characters are highlighted. Suppose we want to design A characters. Then we are highlighting the 11, 12, 1, 13, 14, 6, 7, 8, 21 and the 22. So we only display the particular characters which is highlighted in the code. Like the suppose the pattern for particular character is stored in the form of 24-bit code. Each bit is representing one line segment. The bit is set to 1 to highlighted the line segment, otherwise it is set to 0. Suppose we want to draw a M letter. Okay, see this is the M letter. So we are highlighting only the digit, like suppose C for 1. Okay, so we are highlighting 1 here, so we use here the 0. Figure shows the starburst pattern of character M, and the pattern for particular character are stored in the form of 24-bit code. Each bit representing one line segment. The bit is set to 1 to highlight the line segment, otherwise it is set to 0. So for the character M, only the highlighted lines are set to 1 and the non-highlighted lines are set to 0. So this is the starburst method. It is fully depend on the 24-bit code. So the some disadvantages of starburst methods are arises here. The 24 bits are required to represent a character, so hence more memory is required for it. And the required code conversion software to display character from the 24-bit code. So the quality of the character is very poor. So these are the disadvantages of the starburst method. So the next one is the bitmap method. In this method, the characters are represented by an array of dots. The size of this array may vary. An array of 5 dots wide and the 7 dots high is generally used. but 7 by 9 and the 9 by 13 are also used. We can select any size of array. So it is also called as a dot matrix method because in this method the characters are represented by an array of dots in the matrix form. It is two-dimensional array having columns and rows. That means the 5 columns and the 7 rows. So we can call it as a 5 by 7. So this array is like a small buffer, just big enough to hold a single character. The dots are the pixel of a small array. So a bitmap font uses a rectangular pattern of pixels to define each and every characters. So the font of character can be increased by increasing the pixel array size. So this is the bitmap method. Next one concept is arises here, that is the aliasing. So the aliasing is the effect that the appearance of the jagged edge or jagging in a rastering image. Okay? Aliasing means the jagging. So the problem of jagging edge technically occur due to distortion of the image when the scan conversion is done with sampling at a low frequency, which is also called as a undersampling method. So aliasing is the visual stair-stepping of edge that occurs in an image when the resolution is too low. We first of all we see what is the staircasing. So the staircasing means the basically it is an example of the aliasing effects. It is a staircase or the jag appearance. We see this effect uh, when scan converting a primitive such as the line or circle. We also see the stair steps or the jagging along the border of the field region, especially when the resolution of the display is poor or low and if the display allows only two pixel states, that is the on state and the off state. See, this is the see in the figure. This is the effect of aliasing. That means the jagging effect. This is the basically example of stair stepping of edges. So next one is the anti-aliasing. So anti-aliasing is the smoothing of jagged edge in digital image by averaging the color of the pixel at a boundary. There are some techniques of anti-aliasing method. So first technique is the using high resolution display. So see in the figure, first figure is the aliasing polygon. This is the jag edges here. And the second image is the anti-aliasing polygon. So one way to reduce aliasing effect and increasing sampling rate is to simply display object at a higher resolution. Using high resolution, the jagging becomes small, that they become indistinguishable by the human eye. So hence the jag edge set blur out the edge appears smooth. So these in the aliasing polygon, the edges are the jagging, that is the blurred image, and in the anti-aliasing polygon, the edges are the smooth edges. So the next technique is the post filtering technique, or we can call it as a super sampling method also. So we are increasing the sampling resolution by by treating the screen as if it's made of a such more fine grain. So due to which the effective pixel size is reduced, but the screen resolution remains the same. So it is a super sampling method. Next is the pre-filtering method, that is the area sampling. So in area sampling, the pixel intensities are calculated and the calculated proportional to areas of overlap of each pixel with object to be displayed. Here the pixel color is calculated based on the overlap of the screen object with the pixel area. So this is the pre-filtering method, or we can call it as a area sampling method because we are calculating the proportional to areas of the overlap image. So the next technique is the pixel phasing. So it is a technique to remove aliasing effect, that is the blur image. So here the pixel positions are shifted to nearby approximate position near object geometry. Some system allows the size of individual pixels to be adjusted or distributed intensity, which is helpful in pixel phasing. So these are the techniques of anti-aliasing method. Thank you.